Welcome to this daily guided meditation practice. This is the Attentive Mind. My name is Nathan, and I'll be guiding you through this meditation practice today. So find yourself a comfortable position. We're going to be doing a little bit something different, a very traditional meditation. It's called loving kindness meditation, or metta meditation. I think this derives from Buddhist practice, but it is a meditation based on the cultivation of compassion and leaving hatred alone, kind of dropping hate and learning to have compassion even for those who we dislike. Something the world needs a little bit more of, I would say. So find yourself a seated position. Any position works. You can be sitting in a chair or lying down. You just want to find something very stable where you can keep your back upright and your body comfortable, so you're not feeling like you need to shift or move around during the practice. This practice, it doesn't matter if you close your eyes or keep them open. Do whatever works for you. In fact, it might be easier for today to keep your eyes closed if you'd like to. I'm going to keep my eyes open just because that's how I practiced, but just find what works for you. And if your eyes are open, just leave the screen alone and drop them down below you. Kind of looking at the floor or the desk or whatever's just below you. We're not staring or analyzing anything, but we're also not blurry and zoned out. We just have a nice, light, clear gaze directed gently downwards. You're in a nice, comfortable position. Your eyes are open or closed. Here and now. Let's begin today's practice by bringing our attention to the coming and going of the breath. Letting our attention fall away from the forehead, gently down to the chest, down to the abdomen, and into the lower belly, below the navel. And just noticing the rising and falling rhythm of this area. Not going anywhere in particular. Not following our thoughts. Just noticing the breath in the lower belly. And then you might get distracted from the breath, and that is okay. When you notice you're no longer paying attention to the breath, gently return to it. Let the thought continue on just as it wants to, as if it has a mind of its own. Just return to breathing, again and again. And notice your body here. Notice any tension or areas you're feeling a little pain, just allow it to be just as it is. Don't need to change anything at all, other than our acceptance of how the body feels. Loving it and letting it go. Breathing. Bring to mind somebody that you completely love. It could be a family member, a parent, a sibling, significant other. A friend. Whoever it is you love that evokes that sense of kindness and warmth, tingly, elated sensations. Just bring this person to mind fully. Notice what they look like. Just notice them as they are in your mind. And watch this emotion that arises once you think of this person, that feeling of total love. And even if you think the love you feel for this person is a bit mild, whatever you feel, just notice the sense of love and a wish for this person to be well. Notice the feeling that gives you. And let that feeling, that sense of love, sense of well-being, to just grow all on its own. Don't force it in any direction. Just let this sense of love you feel for that person to just get bigger and bigger. Let it engulf your attention completely. And if you feel like you can't feel this feeling again and you lose it, just go back to that person you love and rekindle that flame. And then just watch it grow all on its own. Feel it fully. Let it consume you. Now, with this feeling of love in your heart, and you notice it deeply, think of someone you just are acquaintances with. You don't necessarily hate this person or overly love them, or maybe it's a coworker, a classmate, somebody you kind of know but maybe don't know much about. Some sort of indifference towards them. Just bring this person to mind. And see if you can, with this person in mind, feel that same sense of love that arose from the first person you thought of. Allow this sense of love to grow as you think or picture this acquaintance in your head. And it may be a little uncomfortable to do this, but just open up. And not only see if you can feel this sense of love while you're thinking of this acquaintance, but see if you can give them this love. Give them the feelings you have, wishing them to be well, wanting them to be safe, wanting them to be happy. You may not even know them very well, but you can still feel a sense of deep love, compassion, and kindness towards this person. And let this feeling of love grow all on its own. Let it consume you as you picture this acquaintance in your head. Wishing this person to be well, completely free and happy. Just let this feeling grow. Let the love grow. All on its own. Now, with this feeling of love still available, I want you to picture somebody you actively dislike. Somebody you just don't like being around. In fact, think of that person right now that you just don't want to think about, because you know where this is going. Somebody who has wronged you. Somebody who is just absolutely irritating and rude at work. Somebody that hates you. Find that person in your life, if you can. The one that you just don't want to be around, that you actively hate even. And this could even be somebody you don't know personally, like a politician, a dictator, somebody you've heard of. But it's best to picture somebody who gives you a bit of trouble in your life, a bit of pain from just hating them so much. And see if you can begin here by, with them in your mind, see if you can picture them smiling. But not a evil smile or a conniving smile, but a genuine smile of well-being. Your mind will not want to do this because it will find this extraordinarily uncomfortable. You won't want to see this person happy. But just tell your mind that we're going here just to see. And we're going to let go of hate for now. And we're going to picture this person that we dislike. Picture them smiling as if they were totally happy. And see if you can just start to be happy for them, wishing them well, and hoping that they are happy. And see if you can start to develop again this sense of love, this sense of kindness and compassion that we cultivated with our loved one in mind, then our acquaintance. And now we cultivate it with the ones we hate. And see if you can actually just love this person. And your mind will say, no way, not after what they've done. That's impossible. Just leave those thoughts alone. Let them say what they want to. Approach this with your heart. Send this person love. Feel it completely, truthfully. Nothing fake. Wishing the ones we hate love, well-being. and kindness. And just rest with this. All right, you can look at the screen. Now, I know that may have been uncomfortable because most of the time we don't like to think about the people we dislike. They, especially if they're kind of involved in your life in a real way, it's hard to wish them well-being when they're just somebody you don't want to be around, somebody who doesn't deserve somebody loving them. And when we hate somebody, we constantly justify it in our heads. This person did that, therefore I hate them. We don't say hate, but we feel it. If we're honest with ourselves, we know we feel it. Or discomfort or frustration. But we justify these negative feelings towards other people because we think we're right. This practice we do here, not just the loving kindness, the metta meditation, but all of our daily practices with meditation, the general thing, is really coming back to this destruction of the distinctions we make between things. You're over there and I'm over here. That's you and this is me. And you're probably watching on a phone or a TV screen or whatever. Distinctions, distinctions, distinctions. And when we feel to be separate, we're liable to be hostile. Because then we feel estranged. As the poet A.E. Housman says it, I, a stranger and afraid, in a world I never made. Because we feel this sense of separation, and therefore we can say, I like you and I don't like you. Which is fine with the thoughts, but the love, the compassion. If the person you hate was actively hurting, like just got hit by a car and they're in the street, all of that hatred, boom, oh, let me help you. Let me save you from drowning. Because there's something inherent in human beings that isn't based around hate. Now, I know there's a lot of hate in the world, but unless we know how to leave thinking alone and to just notice that we can feel love for anyone, this is why Jesus says, one of the many meanings of what Jesus says, love your enemies. You don't just love the people who are kind to you. You love all beings, even this creepy, crawly spiders, which I'm dealing with a lot lately since moving to the country. Mosquitoes, we love them all. Then we can exist freely. Otherwise, if we're hating people and life kind of feels like we're treading through knee-deep mud, running as fast as you can, but barely moving. Just step out of that mud and find a sense of compassion and love for everyone, all the time. as much as you can. All right, that's my spiel. Thank you for showing up today, everyone. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for showing up for your life. And let me know in the comments what you thought about this meditation practice. I'd be interested to hear what you think. And as always, and without exception, I'll see you tomorrow.